How is it going, YouTube community? So today we are going to take a look at Jake E. Lee, the former guitar player to Ozzy Osbourne and the guitarist for Badlands. So there's a lot to do today. We're going to start out with a short documentary so you can have a brief introduction to him if you've never heard of him before, which is highly unlikely. Then I'm going to go over how I get my guitar tone from my EVH 5150 using my Charvel guitar because it comes closer to the guitar tone of the man himself, Jake E. Lee. So, without any further introduction, let's jump right into it, all right? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. Thank you. Jake E. Lee was born as Jake Lou Williams on February 15th, 1957 to American and Japanese parents who settled down in San Diego, California. As a child, he took classical piano lessons, but was later on introduced to rock music by listening to his sister's record collection. Such bands included the likes of Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix, just like the rest of us, correct? He began to play guitar as a teenager by himself, but was influenced by such guitar players such as Tommy Bolin of Zephyr and Deep Purple, Jeff Beck of the Yardbirds, and Ritchie Blackmore of Deep Purple. In the late 1970s, Mickey Ratt asked him to join his own band. Not Rat, but Mickey Ratt is the singer to Rat. That's how we know him, right? He then quit that band to join the Greg Leon Invasion, and then later on, he moved on and went to Rough Cut. But Jake Lou Williams was just about to have his life changed for the better when local bass player Dana Strum was asked to recruit a guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne after the passing of Randy Rhoads. This is when Jake E. Lee was up against George Lynch from Duncan and Lynch Mob. That's how we know him today. They originally gave the position to George Lynch, but luckily for Jake, George Lynch did not work out, and they welcomed him on board. The name change from Jake Lou Williams to Jake E. Lee didn't happen until he signed as the guitar player for Ozzy. The first album for Jake E. Lee to appear on with Ozzy Osbourne was Bark at the Moon in 1983. November 15th, and that album went platinum. As many of you probably also have this album. The second album from Mr. Jake E. Lee was The Ultimate Sin on February 22nd of 1986. Then later, Sharon Osbourne fired Jake E. Lee over the phone. He was caught off guard because he felt that he had a firm position in the band, but I don't know how many of you guys have been fired over the phone, right? If you have, let me know in the comment section down below. After leaving Ozzy Osbourne, good things have happened for Jake E. Lee. On June of 1989, he formed the band Badlands. But then in 2013, he announced his formation of the Red Dragon Cartel, where he remains to this date. For this video, I chose to use my Charvel Dimas electric guitar tuned to D sharp standard. So that's 1/2 step down. And it has a beautiful ebony fretboard, and I was using the Seymour Duncan JB pickup, and this is the Floyd Rose Series 1000. It has a beautiful purple finish, so you know that I had to get the beautiful skull guitar strap with purple roses. Now I used my EVH 5150 on the blue channel with my gain at about 2 o'clock, almost 3 o'clock. My lows I turned up to 2 o'clock, mids around 11, and my highs, of course, around 2. I'm using the Shure SM48 microphone into my EVH 2x12-inch speaker cabinet. I'm plugging straight into a Maxon OD808 Overdrive pedal. Drives at noon. My balance I've got around 1 o'clock, and my tone just around noon. And my noise suppressor is pretty standard. I crank it all the way up just to get rid of any unwanted hiss that might be occurring. So enjoy.